Hello there. Hi. Assalamu alaikum. This is Amnah here from My English Matters again. And today we are back for our Facebook Live sessions on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. So if you're watching me, say hello to me because today we are going to answer this question that we received from one of our students. And the question is, let me show you the slide. I'm too lazy to learn English. What should I do? Hi, Aisha. If you're watching me, say hello. Hello, Aisha. I can see you. Okay, so this question we received a few weeks back from one of our students. She said, I'm too lazy to learn English. I've joined courses, I've joined classes, but I still feel lazy. What do I do? So I'm going to address this question because this is a topic that's close to me as well. Because growing up, I always felt that I was lazy as well. And as I look back now, I think maybe I wasn't lazy. Maybe I just didn't have big goals. I didn't have any motivation. So if this is you, let me know. Do you feel lazy to learn English? And what do you do about it? Maybe you can share in the comments as well. So hi, Fazliana, Nizam, Fatiha, Cairo, Hisham, Ikin, wa alaikum salam, Indah, Nadia, Iza, Al-Zahira. Thanks for saying hello to me. Great to see you. Good morning. Wa alaikum salam. Abu. Okay, so we're going to talk about I'm too lazy to learn English. What should I do? Does that sound like you? Okay, let me go to the next slide. What should you do? Number one, don't be so hard on yourself. So instead of telling yourself that you are lazy, tell yourself that maybe I'm just tired. Or maybe I have a demanding job that by the time I come home or by the time my work finishes, I'm just too tired to do anything. I just feel like watching a marathon of Netflix shows or a marathon of Korean drama. So don't be so hard on yourself that you're not making time to learn English. Maybe your priorities right now are your small children. Maybe you have sick parents that you need to take care of, or maybe you are dealing with your own health problems right now. So instead of telling yourself that you're lazy, look back, look at your life right now and see what are your priorities right now. Okay, when I look back on my life, there are times when I thought, oh gosh, I should be doing more. Or I know why didn't I achieve more? Am I lazy? And when I look back, I thought, maybe it's not because I'm lazy. Maybe at that time I had small children. Or maybe at that time I was stressed at work. So I didn't focus on my bigger goals. So instead of telling yourself that you're lazy, tell yourself that you have priorities right now that needs to be taken care of. And that is what you're going to be focusing on now. So maybe learning English is not your priority right now. Maybe your priority is your small children. And that's okay. So don't be so hard on yourself. But tell yourself that, any phase of life doesn't last forever. So we have phases in our life. And once this phase is over, then we have another phase where the priorities are different. Okay, so number one, don't be so hard on yourself. Number two, know that proficiency in English is a skill and it requires learning and consistent practice. Okay, I know that many of you know this already because maybe you've joined us in our Facebook Lives before. But just like any skill out there, proficiency in English, it is a skill. And you need to invest time in it, to learn, to practice, to make mistakes so that you can improve on those mistakes. So knowing that is important. And how can you put in time to learn English so that you become better? So for example, for me, I am learning how to garden. It's not related to English, but if I think about it, if I wanted to learn how to be a better gardener, for example, I would, one, buy the tools to garden. So if you were learning English, maybe the tools are buying books or buying an app, okay? And another thing I would do is I would search online for how to grow vegetables, for example. Another thing is I called my mother, like I asked her for tips on gardening. So how can you apply that same concept to your journey of learning English? So maybe you buy books and then you talk to your friends who are good at English, or maybe you join a class on how to improve your English. So know that proficiency in English is a skill, just like anything else. So it could be you want to learn how to be a better gardener, or you want to learn how to cook. These are all skills that you can learn, and it requires consistent practice and learning. Number 3, integrate English into your daily activities. So maybe you just don't have time to learn English at all. You're very busy. I know that we're all busy. So how can you integrate English into the activities that you already do every day? So for me, I like to listen to podcasts. So I look at my day. Where can I integrate English into my daily activities? Every day I cook. So I spend about an hour a day cooking. Not every day, but I cook on most days. I spend about an hour each day to cook for my family. So that is a time when I listen to podcasts. So I like to listen to shows about health, about business, about marketing, and about online marketing especially. So that is a time where I integrate learning into my daily activity. So think about, what do you do already every day, and how can you integrate English into that? So maybe you cook every day, or maybe you clean the house every day. Maybe you fold the laundry once a week, or maybe you drive to work. So if you're driving to work, maybe you can listen to a radio show, or you can listen to a podcast. Maybe you like to go jogging every evening. Maybe that can be the time for you to learn as well. So find ways that you can integrate English into your daily activities, especially through listening. So listening is a great way for you to learn English, because it doesn't really take much for you to listen. It just goes into your ears, and then you digest the information in your head. So try to integrate listening into your daily activities as well. Number 4, talk to yourself in English. Now, this may seem strange if you're talking to yourself in English in front of others. So try to do this where you are alone. It could be while you're getting dressed for work, or when you're in the toilet. Just practice speaking to yourself, because the more that you speak to yourself, the easier it is for you to find the words that you need to say every day. Because a lot of us, I know that a lot of our students and a lot of our followers, they say to us that their mind goes blank when they have to speak. And that could be because they have not been practicing a lot, or they have not been practicing as much as they need to. So when you're by yourself, maybe you're in the toilet, maybe you're in your bedroom, practice speaking, practice getting your thoughts out. And this is something that I do myself sometimes. And I especially do talk to myself when I have to practice for these Facebook Lives. So when I do my Facebook Live sessions, when I'm preparing for them, I prepare the slides, and then I also rehearse. So it's kind of like when you talk to yourself, you're kind of like rehearsing for the show, you're rehearsing for the big performance. So that's what I do. I rehearse, because I know that if I don't rehearse, then at the end of the Facebook Live session, I'll be like, oh, I should have practiced, because when I listen to myself speak, I'm like, oh, I should have said this. And if I had rehearsed, I would have known that I should have said it this way. Okay, so when you are talking to yourself, it's like rehearsing. And when you're talking to yourself, you'll think, oh, okay, this is a better way for me to say it. And this is how I'm going to say it when it comes to the real performance or the real situation where I have to speak to people. So talking to yourself helps. Okay, number 5, commit to just 5 minutes of learning a day. So last night actually, I was listening to this podcast with an interview with Dr. Rangan Chatterjee. He is a physician and he's an author. And he talks about his book, which is called Feel Better in 5. It's called Feel Better in 5. This is his book. I want to read that, because he talks about how you can just do 5 minutes of something every day and how that can help you. Because sometimes what we think is that, I have to do something for 1 hour every day to progress. But what he says is that just commit to doing 5 minutes a day, because when you tell yourself you're just going to do it for 5 minutes, it seems doable. It doesn't seem overwhelming. And sometimes when you're just doing it for 5 minutes, you think, okay, 5 minutes was okay. I think I can extend it for 10 minutes. And this applies to me as well, because I used to hate exercising. And last year I told myself, I'm just going to exercise for just 5 minutes a day. And doing it 5 minutes a day has helped create the habit of exercise. And now I exercise more than 5 minutes a day. So just commit to doing something. Just do a small thing each day for just 5 minutes. And that can help you feel that something is doable. And also knowing that if you do something, even a little bit every day, it adds up, it builds up. And then when you can look back and you think, oh, that habit started from me doing something only just 5 minutes a day. And my last tip is to celebrate the small achievements. So if you do something for 5 minutes a day, don't just Okay, I'm back. Can you see me? Sorry, I was disconnected. So where was I? Yes, I was at number 6. Celebrate the small achievements. So when you celebrate the small achievements, it gives you the momentum to keep going. So when you look back after you've done that small thing, you think, okay, well done, Amnah, for doing that. Keep going. Tell yourself, well done, keep going, you can do this. Give yourself the positive self-talk that you need to keep going. Because many people, I know a lot of people, we don't acknowledge the work that we've done. We don't celebrate our small achievements. No matter how small it is, we should celebrate it. It doesn't mean you have to celebrate with like going out and partying, but just giving yourself a pat on the back, acknowledging it. Maybe you can just write it down like, today I did this and I'm happy that I did it. And when you look at all the small achievements that you've done over the past, for example, for the past week, then you think, oh, I did quite a lot this past week, even though it was only 5 minutes a day. And that can give you the momentum and the encouragement that you need to just keep going. So that's all from me for today. So let's just summarize. I have the 6 points about on what to do if you feel that you're too lazy to learn English. Number 1, don't be so hard on yourself. Number 2, know that proficiency in English is a skill and it requires learning and consistent practice. Number 3, integrate English into your daily activities, especially through listening. So listening to podcasts or listening to something that you turn on TV while you cook or while you clean, or listening to the radio. Number 4, talk to yourself in English. Number 5, commit to just 5 minutes of learning a day. And number 6, celebrate the small achievements. Okay, so if you have any questions, let me know. Noraini, you so well done. Keep going. Eat ice cream. Yeah, eating ice cream is great as well. I sometimes do that. I was like, okay, I deserve this ice cream today. Today I exercised. I deserve this bowl of ice cream. Noraini celebrates small achievements. Yes. Miss Aini says she practiced to talk alone. Okay, well done. Good morning, Koyan. So I feel that I don't see any more questions. If you do, you can post them here before we go. Abu Muhammad, how do I get that accent? I don't know. How can you get an accent? Your accent depends on where you grew up. Okay, this is not related to the topic right now, but I just want to mention that some people have asked about my accent, about our accent. A bit of a background about my accent. When I was 6, our family moved to Manchester. And then we were there for about 8 years. So I spent all of my primary school years in Manchester, England, and about 2 years of high school in England, Manchester. And I came back here when I was in Form 2, when I was about 14. So that's probably why you hear this strange or different accent that I have. Maybe it sounds British, maybe it sounds like a Manchester accent. I don't know what my accent is anymore, because I've also picked up the Malaysian accent growing up among Malaysians over this past 20 years or so. So yeah, so my accent is a mix of Malaysian and British, okay? So if you want to have an accent, maybe you do need to live somewhere where everybody speaks the accent that you want. Oh, Rabiatul says she misses Manchester. Oh, you were there. That's great. Okay, so it seems like I don't have any more questions today. Thanks so much for joining me today. Thank you for your comments. It's nice to see you this morning, and I hope to see you in our next Facebook Live session. That's all from me for today. And remember, if you feel that you are too lazy to learn English, just remember that maybe you're not lazy. Don't be so hard on yourself. Keep going, keep doing whatever that you're doing, even if it's just small steps a day. Oh yeah, I also did a Facebook Live related to this topic. It's called How to Stay Motivated to Learn English. That video, you can find it in our YouTube channel. You can find it on our blog. I did that one about a few months ago. So if you want more on this topic, you can look for that video. It's called How to Stay Motivated to Learn English. So thanks for joining me, and I hope to see you next time. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.